If you ask me which UFC fighter gets the hardest fights dumped on him, I'm gonna say Peter Yan. Peter Yan's fighting Marcus McGee. Haven't really spoken about it till now, and I'm a bit disappointed in myself for that because I do like Peter Yan. I love Peter Yan. Um, Marcus McGee's a really talented fighter, man. He's a talented fighter. He's great everywhere. He's extremely well rounded, and he is a combination puncher, which is something I want to talk about specifically in another video in depth. But Marcus McGee is that. He is a combo puncher. He's not this 1-2 type of guy or a 1-2-3. It's 1-2-3-4. Might go to 6, and it's in fast succession of, each punch is in fast succession of one another. Marcus McGee is really talented, and they just dumped him on Peter Yan, man. Can we give Peter Yan a break, man? Give him a title shot. If Peter Yan gets past McGee, man, he's got to get the title shot. This is insane at this point. We're just dumping Dana White is dumping every unthinkably hard fight after another unthinkably hard fight right on top of Peter Yan. So first and foremost, so I think Peter Yan gets past Marcus McGee. Yeah. I think it's going to be razor thin, man. I think this fight is going to be what I thought Peter Yan versus Deiveson Figueiredo would be. Just neck and neck, split decision. Oh my gosh, type of ending. I don't think either fighter finishes the other. Marcus McGee is he's so driven. He's so driven, and so is Peter Yan. At the end of the day, I'm just going to side with experience. More specifically, championship experience. Like, I realize this isn't a championship fight, but it's a fight for the championship. It's a fight that's going to get you closer to the championship. So, championship experience has something to do with this fight, and I'm going to go with Peter Yan's. Again, Marcus McGee, really talented, really driven, really scary. His talent is frightening to me when I watch him fight. I just think Peter Yan can deal with that. He's smart enough, he's skilled enough, he's experienced enough to throw right back, to stay with it, to not fall behind in any aspect of the sport in this fight. And I expect him to just edge McGee out when it comes to the decision. Like the third and final round, I expect him to just give more. Like I said, man, this is just one of those hard to pick fights, hard to predict fights. I had the same difficulty predicting Peter Yan versus Deiveson Figueiredo because it's just two really high-level fighters, and I understand Marcus McGee hasn't accomplished that much in the UFC yet, but his talent alone just screams, look out, watch out, something's coming, And it's not just the power, it's just the skill. It's the skill set. It's the skill set of McGee. Everything is there. Everything looks to be 100%. I'm not a big fan of McGee either. I'm just saying this as a viewer. I'm stating this as a viewer, as an observer. He looks airtight as a fighter. And that is the same way I look at Peter Yan. Airtight, gifted on the ground, gifted on the feet. Fights has always been fighting for 1,000 years. Same way I kind of see McGee. I just see more coming out of Peter Yan in this fight. But again, close, really cool fight. Again, it's a cool fight. Okay, it's a cool fight to make. It's an entertaining fight because both of these guys fight at such a high level. It's just sad to see because they're dumping all of this on top of Peter Yan, all right, who has proved himself against Deiveson Figueiredo. I think what Peter Yan did against Deiveson Figueiredo is enough to give Peter Yan the title shot. So I don't necessarily understand dumping Marcus McGee on top of Peter Yan in this situation. I think there are other bantamweights you could have dumped not even dumped, but you could have booked Marcus McGee against. I use the term dump because Peter Yan is already there. He's already in title shot contention. And Marcus McGee is such a talented up-and-comer that this is going to be a challenge for Peter Yan. So challenging someone who's already at, the title shot level and just challenging that guy with another strong fighter that's not even going to be for a title, it's just sad. It's sad. a bit frustrating as a Peter Yan fan. I'm not a huge Peter Yan fan, but I'm a fan. I like him. I really like him. It's just, come on, man. Come on. I know I'm late to the party with this news. This fight has been booked for quite a while. I just want to give my take on it. And my take ultimately is that a bit frustrated with how much they're challenging Peter Yan right now. I think, you know, Peter Yan's going to come out of this fight with some wear and tear. So it's just frustrating. But again, cool fight. Because Peter Yan and Marcus McGhee are two really, really skilled fighters. It's going to be really cool to see this fight. It's like Peter Yan versus Davison Figueiredo, man. It really is going to look like that. It's just, you know, sad that on one side you got this guy that's already proved himself, you know, currently proved himself. Because he's gone beyond proving himself when you look at his career and his legacy. But even currently has proved himself, you know, on account of how he beat Davison Figueiredo. And still, we got to give him another killer of a fighter at bantamweight. If Peter Yan gets past this and he still is not given an immediate title shot, something's got to give. Something's got to give. Dana's got to explain something. Dana's got to give some hell of an explanation as to why Peter Yan is still, you know, not fighting for a title after all he has done. But it is what it is. It's a fight game. Anything can happen. I'm sure this can somewhat be explained somehow. I don't know. This seems like a money grab in terms of, you know, just that Peter Yan is so close, but, you know, they're just going to give Peter Yan another difficult fight just to, you know, put some butts in seats in terms of audience members and stuff. I don't know. Who knows? You let me know what you think. Okay? Make sure you like, comment, subscribe, and turn the notifications on. I love each and every one of you guys, and I'll see you all in the next video. I am Mr. Fight Companion from Glove Knowledge. I'll see you all in the next.